yogis. Welcome back to my basement yoga studio for this week's restorative yoga practice. So in today's restorative practice, we're actually going to have three components. We're going to have the breathing and the restorative yoga like we usually do, but I'm also going to add in a self-massage component. So with many of us, or most of us being socially distant, we are kind of hungering for the touch, the physical contact with others. This is going to be a way we can show ourselves some of that touch, some of that loving care. This is also a great practice to do before bed. So the aim of this practice is to wind down, be very relaxing, so it can prepare you for sleep or it can prepare you for relaxing at any time. The only prop you'll need, and you don't even need it, it's just a recommendation, is something for when you lie down. Our resting pose is simply going to be relaxation pose or shavasana. So if you like to do your shavasana with some kind of prop, and I'll just show you a few options for that first. I have a roll blanket here. You might like to roll with the blanket or pillow behind your knees. You might like something behind your head. So again, the prop is not needed for this practice, but if something helps you to relax a little bit more, go ahead and pause to grab that prop now. I'm going to sit on my prop for the self-massage portion. So the self-massage, this is actually something that I sometimes offer at the end of my yoga classes when I do them live, and I often get requests for it from my students. It's something that my teacher taught us how to do. It's a really basic way to show yourself self-care. So if you're wearing glasses like I am, you may want to take them off. I will probably take them off when I get to the facial massage part. To begin the self-massage, we're actually going to start just with a self-hug. Wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a little bit of a hug. And you can move that around a little bit. You can start your self-massage by massaging those shoulders, the shoulder blades, the scapula, the areas that get really tight. Might feel nice to pull your shoulders apart a little bit. And then change the cross of your arms and hug the other way. So we're getting a little attention for our arms and shoulders. And oh, I found a little sticky spot here on me that I'm giving a little bit of massage. That feels really nice. Take your hands to your shoulders and just rub a little bit in this whole area. So you can use a couple of fingers. You can use 4 fingers or like oven mitt hands to squeeze a little bit in there. And the pressure in a self-massage is really nice because you can control the pressure, right? Whatever feels good to you. So if you need a little bit firmer pressure, press a little harder. Maybe it feels good just to do some feathering strokes here. And then we'll start to move up. And as you move your hands up, keep your hands on your body. So slide your hands up your neck, maybe massaging behind your ears a little bit, perhaps coming down along the jaw. The back of the ears toward the occipital lobe, so the bottom of the skull. If you get migraines like I do, that can feel like a really nice place to massage. And then coming up around the ears, maybe you slide 1 or 2 fingers down, up and down behind the ears. Move your fingers into your hair. I'll have to try to fix mine. Try not to worry too much what it's look like. And think about the idea of washing your hair, right? Or maybe a stylist who gives you the really nice shampoo. Moving your fingers, sliding them along your scalp, trying to use the pads of your fingers. You might even count like 3 times here, 3 times here, 3 times here. Allow your thumbs to be a part of this. Right now I'm using my thumbs again on that part of the back of my skull. And then I will take my glasses off for a moment for this part. You can keep doing the shampooing action, the massaging your skull, and moving your hands to your temples. This is another area that can feel really nice to work out if you have headaches. Go slow, so don't overly, really press in there, but this is a great place to go a little slower. And then expand that, taking your fingers across your forehead, maybe under your eyes, across your sinuses, feathering outwards as you do this. Going back to any area that felt like needed a little more, that area behind your ears, the temples, if you need a little bit more of the shampooing action. I like to end between the brows. This is the area called the third eye. You might want to pinch a little bit along your brows to soften that area up. And then from the center outward a few times, rubbing outward along your brows. You might want to take a moment when you finish with your thumbs on your temples, the tips of your index fingers on your third eye. Maybe close your eyes for a second. Place a little bit of pressure. And then you can release, noticing how that feels in your body. Certainly a little gift that you can give yourself at any time. So we'll move into the breath practice. Today's breath practice is going to be a 4-7-8 breath. It's a paced breath that was developed by Dr. Andrew Weil and sometimes called the relaxing breath. It is a really nice breath to use before bed or anytime you need to relax. So the 4-7-8 number, those numbers represent counts for the in-breath, a hold in between, and then an exhale. So it's a 4-count in-breath, a 7-count hold, and that's not a hold your breath hold, it's just a pause between the inhale and an exhale, and an 8-count exhale. Just as a caution, if you feel dizzy or lightheaded doing the breath hold, skip that part and extend the exhale longer than the inhale. So I'll count you through a few rounds, and then you'll come to lying down in your resting pose and continue the breath in your resting pose. So as you're ready, breathe in for 4 counts. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7 counts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then out for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll continue the 4-7-8 in 4. Hold 7. And then out 8. To your own pace. So that might be a little more rapid for you. It might be in 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue whatever pace, 4, 7, 8. So it's not as much how long or short your breath is, it's the ratio that seems to be really effective and really relaxing. So think about that ratio, just counting your own beats evenly, but allowing that to be a little bit of a faster count or a little bit of a slower, whatever you need. So one more time, I'll gather you through that. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then release the breath for a moment. Come to lying down in your preferred relaxation position. So I'm going to lie with you just for a moment. So if you don't want to use a prop at all, that's completely fine. You can simply allow your legs to open apart, your arms a little away from your body, or resting on your body is fine too. If you want to use a prop, Again, you can slide a blanket or a pillow under your knees. Sometimes that can feel really nice on the low back. You can slide a blanket or a pillow under your head. So take these few moments to set up in whatever way feels good and comfortable for you. And you can cover yourself with a blanket as well. So if you don't need a blanket or you have a second blanket, you can cover yourself. You want to be comfortable. And that includes being warm if you're cold, or being at a temperature that feels right for you. Then once you get settled, you'll restart that breath pace. So the in for 4, the hold for 7, the out for 8. And continue that breath pace as you lie. Each time you breathe into a count of 4, hold for a count of 7 or just a gentle pause. Breathe out to a count of 8. And once you have that general rhythm, feel free to stop counting. It's not necessary to keep the count, just that general ratio and pace of the breath. So remember, it's in for 4, hold for 7, and then out for 8. As you rest, I'm going to read a quote or a little short reading. So this is from Buddhist nun Pema Chödrön, and it's about the importance of self-care. She said, "What you do for yourself, any gesture of kindness, any gesture of gentleness, any gesture of honesty and clear seeing toward yourself will affect how you experience the world. In fact, it will transform how you experience the world. What you do for yourself, you're doing for others. And what you do for others, you're doing for yourself." So continue resting for a bit longer, staying with that same breath ratio, breathing into 4 counts, gentle pause in for 7, breathing out for 8. And of course, if at any point the breath feels uncomfortable, it's not working for you, it's fine to let go of that breath pace and return to whatever type of breath feels natural, comfortable, restful for you. I love that little saying from Pema Chödrön. She's a Buddhist nun. The reason I love it, it speaks to me as a psychologist. One thing I often talk to my therapy clients about is the idea of self-care not being selfish, being vital and important. And I'll frequently use the analogy of, if you've flown in an airplane before, at the start there's always the instructions of, if you're traveling with a child, make sure you put on your own oxygen mask before you attempt to help the child. So it's this idea that if we don't put on our own oxygen mask, can you help others? Yes, but you will hit a wall really quickly. There's going to be limits to that, where not only then do you draw harm to yourself, but you're no longer able to help anyone else. If you put your oxygen mask on first, a gesture that might seem selfish, it actually gives you more power, more energy to impact and positively help so many more people. That idea of recharging is vital. It's so important to allow us to practice good self-care, and also to be there for others in our lives. If you have continued with the 4, 7, 8 breath ratio, do about 2 to 3 more of those. Letting it be soft and gentle, doesn't have to be pushed or forced. And whenever you're ready to let go of that ratio, take your hands and begin rubbing your hands together in front of your body. So you're still lying down. You're rubbing your hands together to create some heat, some warmth, some energy. And then take your hands that you've just warmed up and place them cupped, palms over your eyes. You can lightly rest them on your eyes if you like, or just near your eyes. Feel that warmth and the heat that you just generated. Feel the sense of kindness and self-care toward yourself. And then allow yourself to roll toward one side, pausing for a moment on your side. Either side is fine. Take a sense of pausing. Again, in the kindness, the goodness, the care that you've shown for yourself. And then help yourself with your arms. Give yourself a little aid. Help yourself return to a seated position as we conclude this session together. And you can sit with your hands in your lap. You can join me for hands together at the chest in Anjali Mudra or Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope it helped you to feel cared for, to feel rested, to prepare you for sleep if that's your goal for today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Peace, peace, peace. I wish you peace. I wish you health. Please take care.